favorable situation, spring season, climatic condition for the union of the two. And Manmatha came with his arrow to rouse that desire for marriage in Lord Sadashiva. We know the story. Shiva opened the third eye. Vasanta was reduced to ashes, Bhasmam. Manmatha was burnt to ashes, no desire. Then Parvati looked at the situation. No, this is not the way for marriage. She left Himalayas, came to the southernmost tip of this country, stood on that solitary rock on a single foot, and that is great Kanyakumari, Aparna. When she was standing and doing that prayer, observing austerities, the person, Lord Sadashiva, came all the way from Mount Kailas. Beautifully, the poet describes Ajinashada Dharundu Praudatara Bhashadi Pragalfundu Neeraja Bandhu Pratima Tejudu Jataraji Chata Tamra Murthajudu Ekaki Vatundu Brahmanundu Vishramarthamumbulena Trijagan Mohana Murti Sannitikin Yetenchan. Amma, sorry to have spurned you. I was like a stone when you came. Now I am drawn to you by your austerity, by your prayer. The marriage out of lust is sure to be spoiled, destroyed. It may end in divorce. We find today husbands and wives quarreling, lust-born marriages. We find children revolting, lust-born children. What is Aryavartam? What is that Aryaputra? A person born of prayer. In Mahabharata, Yudhishthira raises a question to Bhishmacharya. Bhishma was on the bed of arrows for 56 days. He did not die immediately. Ichha mrityu he had. Death was at his command. And Yudhishthira asks a beautiful question, a pertinent question. Tata, there is a qualification to be a professor. There is a qualification to become an MP. There is a qualification to become the Prime Minister. What is the qualification to be a bridegroom, be a bride? What is the qualification necessary to marry? Bhishma gives the answer. He and she who do not have lust alone are qualified to marry. Marriage is not a license to lust. I repeat, marriage is not a license to lust. Kamam. It is a sacred trust reposed in the conquerors of lust to provide the society with boys and girls of sterling character, celibacy. Such a great land, it is. Show me a single story in our Satya Yuga, earlier history of this country. Children were prayed for. Girls were praying for husbands. Bridegrooms were praying for good brides. In the entire literature, we find a noble marriage of a prayer. Rukmini has made the prayers. She has gone to the temple of Uma, performed. Sita Devi made the prayers. Prayer, prayer, prayer to marry. Prayer to have children. And now Sita in the Ramayana Aryaputra, she addresses. You are born of prayer. Dasharatha Maharaj has made the prayers. Kausalya, Sumitra, and Kaikeyi have performed the penances, observed the austerities, tapas they made, and the yaga they performed. Therefore, Sita says, Aryaputra. Also, you are a conqueror of external nature. We see in the Ramayana, on the seashore, Sri Rama sits. He asks the god of the seas, give way. He did not yield. Takes the bond arrow. Mr. King of the Samudra, will you give the way or shall I conquer you? She was shivering. He was a conqueror of the external nature. Sri Ramachandra Prabhu is a master of senses, and therefore Sita has called Sri Ramachandra Prabhu Aryaputra, Adarshaputra. We would like to have a child like Sri Rama. How can we not have? Because we are lust ridden. And then Sri Ramachandra Prabhu has chosen his father. Sri Krishna has chosen his father. Sri Ramakrishna has chosen his father. All the avatar murtis are waiting. Where shall I be born? Who is praying for me? Rama was asked by Sita again, my dear Aryaputra, why did you choose Dasharatha Maharaj to be your father? And what is the name you like most? Raghuram, Sitaram, Janakiram, Rajaram. There are many names. And Rama says, Dasharatharam I like most. Dasharathi. The most favorite name liked by Sri Ramachandra Prabhu is Dasharatha, Dasharathi. Krishna says, Vasudeva. Same is the case with Sri Ramakrishna, we shall come later. Why have you chosen? Then Rama gives the reply, Satya. Patanjali Yoga Sutras we are reading. We have come here to master yoga and we have forgotten Yama and Niyama. What is the first word? Satya. Next, Ahimsa, Aparigraha, Asteya, Brahmacharya. Do we remember these 5 words? What is the basis of your entire yogic literature, yogic life? What is the foundation for the Aryaputra, Aryavarta? Satya. And who is that person that has practiced it? Dasharatha Raj.